Nick, you're quite the eventful off season. What was the number one thing you worked on?
Really just tightening things up, I have so many pitches now. I don't think I should be trying new ones, but really just tightening things up, yeah.
When you're going to an off season where there's questions around your contract, how do you handle that?
Well, I mean, mentally, I'm committed to playing baseball, so, wherever that's going to be, and I'm happy to be back. So, just taking it like any other off season, training, getting ready for the season.
You mentioned how many pitches you had. The one thing that always stood out to me is your wind-up motion. Where did you learn that? Because you have so much movement and
Yeah.
it's so different.
Yeah, that was out in Japan. I think one season, uh, I just was getting into a good rhythm and just started rocking and noticed the hitters were uncomfortable with it and it was a rhythm for me to get into a groove a little bit easier and feel where my body's at and I just rolled with it and stuck with it.
Why did you try that? Because so many pitching coaches, especially for younger players, they tell you to have as little movement as
Right,
possible.
right. I don't know. I don't know what the origins of it. I just started rocking in a game and really liked how it felt and it gave me a rhythm and allowed me to be more consistent with my pitches and feel like I was really attacking hitters. And so I just rode with it and kept going. I really like to make the hitters feel like I'm attacking them. So mainly more just for me to feel that.
What was different about your experience in Japan as opposed to the big leagues?
Oh man, I mean, I in Japan, I feel like I grew as a person, as a player. I really honed in my craft, and um, the biggest part for me was mentally kind of just staying locked in. Over there, not that you can do that here either, but I feel like I grew more mentally as a player, and was able to bring that back.
Why?
Geez, I mean, I think I went over there. I was kind of got this label as a depth pitcher here in the States, and I knew in myself that I was more than that. I always felt like I was someone that can be relied on, from game one to game 162 and beyond, and I wanted to prove that. And so going over there, man, the fighters really, brought that passion back for me, to be in this game and really relied on me. And so I really appreciated that. And I think that's where it all started. And just bring back that fire and that passion for me to come back and be the player I am today.
What did it mean to you to get the phone call to come back?
Oh, man, it was great. I went to that last season really, accepting that I may be in Japan for the rest of my career. And there's definitely nothing wrong with that. You can make a really good living out there, and baseball, man, they're so passionate about baseball. And my last year playing for the Hawks was, man, I had a great time. And so I was on a team that, man, if I can just embrace it completely, then I would have a really good career. And that happened to be my best year out there. And then I pitched in the Olympics, and so I think that put me on the map even more. And so getting the call back was, yeah, relieving a little bit and exciting at the same time. Yeah.
Because of the timing of the Olympics and big leaguers not playing in it, you have such this unique experience. You won a silver medal. What was your biggest takeaway from those Tokyo Games?
Those Tokyo Games, man, being in the village, in the Olympic Village, and being surrounded by athletes at the top of their game with one focus, one goal in their mind is to win gold. And that, you can feel the energy of focus, of intensity. And man, I mean, it was playoff games from the moment you stepped in the village. You can feel that energy, and it's contagious, man. I mean, I've been chasing that ever since.
How did that help you grow as a player?
Again, every game is a playoff game. Every day is filled with intention, right? Like, you're not taking any day for granted. You're not taking off any workouts, physically or mentally, and that kind of brings out a hunger in you that again, I'm still chasing it. I want to be in the playoffs every year, man. It's awesome feeling.
You talk about your journey, having to go to Japan, taking time to get back to the big leagues. When you go out and you take that mound every fifth day, do you have appreciation for the journey you've had?
I don't think about it every start. I don't like to look back, and I'm not done playing yet, so I'll take the time. And there's always times maybe you know, a couple times throughout the season if I'm at home or in the off season where I'll think about my journey and you know, how far it's come, and definitely appreciative of it. You know, it's definitely a roller coaster, and I'm you know, eternally grateful for this journey. I don't think I would change anything, and it definitely feeds the fire and feeds my hunger.
What are your personal goals for 25?
To win, really, just to, you know, simplify it. I want to win ball games.
What do you think is different about this Reds pitching staff this season?
Yeah, I think they're, you know, a little bit more maturity, right? You know, guys, you know, our younger guys know that they can compete at this level, and now it's just about showing that, hey, man, we're trying to win and pitch beyond September.
This team is getting more mature, but some of your most exciting arms aren't even in the big leagues yet, especially in spring training. A guy who has as much experience as you, what role do you take with them?
Just to offer some guidance, but you know, just because I may offer some guidance doesn't mean I'm not learning from these guys as well. And so I think you know, as a unit, we're going to go through this season and feed off each other and try to bring the energy every 5 days or every day to win the ballgame.
What do you learn from the younger guys?
Just the energy and the fire, man. That these guys are going and you know starting off their career at the big league level, and that's really it, right? Like just the passion and energy that these guys have. A lot of these guys came up together, and that's always fun to be a part of.
A bunch of the players, but specifically Rhett Lauder, talked about he loves to watch your day-to-day, watches your routine. Where did you build that routine?
Man, I started that routine, you know, rookie ball, right? I mean, you know, I wasn't a pitcher until I got drafted, so it feels like a century ago now. But that was one thing that the Rangers, you know, really harped on, was developing a routine that works for you and establishing some consistency. And so from early stages of my career, finding out what works for me, talking to older guys like Colby Lewis and Cole Hamels, Giovanni Gallardo. I mean, I had some really, you know, Adrian Beltre, even on the position player side. Just watch how those guys go about their routine. And man, I've been very lucky and blessed to be around some really high caliber players, and just watching how they go about their business inspired me to do the same.
What makes Derek Johnson stand out as a good pitching coach?
Man, I mean, he really knows his stuff, man, and he knows how to communicate with the younger guys and you know, almost, you know, flip the switch to talk to the older guys as well, and you know, kind of simplify things and you know, take those small victories where you can.
What have your early conversations with Terry Francona been like?
Yeah, man, awesome, man. There's just a lot of energy and excitement, man. When he talks, man, it pumps you up and makes you want to play ball.
You have this fascinating journey, becoming a pitcher at the pro level, playing in Japan, being an Olympian. What's one thing fans don't know about you?
Shoot. I mean, I like to go fishing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of fisher are you?
I grew up doing a lot of spear fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like to get in the water. And, you know, when I was younger, I used to, you know, be able to go a lot deeper. But spearfishing is something that I grew up doing with the family, so I try to do that as much as possible.
What's the catch you're most proud of?
Shoot. We've shot some wahoo in some blue waters. Shot some mahis in San Diego my first year. Still trying to shoot some tuna, so that's still on my bucket list.
Well, yeah, you have retirement for that.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
season here.
Right.
Awesome, Nick. I really appreciate you.
Yeah,
taking the time.
anytime, man.